Okay, I'm gonna do a video on packing up dry goods in Mylar bags. I know most people probably know how to do this already if you've been kind of into the prepper movement or whatever you want to call it. But you know, I have seen some people being confused on some things. Um, Not that I have all the answers, but just what I've learned and what I know about it. I have packed up 5-gallon buckets full before, and I have several of those. But I was thinking, I got thinking about it, and I thought, well, I really didn't want to. It made more sense to use a smaller bag, so that's what I'm doing now. I had bought some more stuff here the other day. I got some pinto beans, some mesa flour or masca flour. I don't know. It's a flat bread that like what a burrito would be. You know, the bread that the burrito's in. So a tortilla like that. And I like this for long-term storage because all you need is water. You know, mix a little water, make dough, heat it up. Even if it's over a fire or whatever, wood stove, and you can have flatbread. So, but anyway, from what I understand, I mean, really the flour, and I'm not 100% sure on the flour. I could be wrong on that, but the flour, but especially the rice and the beans, any kind of dried beans. I mean, once you do this and pack it up, it'll last really the rest of your life, more than likely. I mean, they say 30 plus years, so that's a pretty good long time. So, even if we go into a long, hard depression, that's the thing. It made me think about the gallon size, or maybe even smaller. And you don't need a 5-gallon bucket. You can just put this on the shelf once you get it packed. But the confusion I've seen, or what, a few times is, and you can do it, but you don't need to use an oxygen depleter if you have a food saver type vacuum packing system. If it's vacuum packed and it's tight and it holds a good seal, you don't need an oxygen depleter. The oxygen depleter is more for like the number 10 tin cans or something like that where you can't pull a vacuum on it. And when you put it in a Mylar bag, what it does is each of these little packets will, it's got iron dust in it, and when it gets exposed to air, see, this is vacuum packed, when it gets exposed to air, it starts rusting. And in order for iron to rust, it needs oxygen. So it'll use the oxygen up in the bag. It'll actually draw this bag down like a vacuum. And once the oxygen's gone, you don't have to worry about any kind of little microorganisms growing or anything like that, any kind of little bugs or whatever might be in it. And then it's good for might as well say forever. Not necessarily forever, but long enough for any of us, for sure. But like I said, I'm going to put this on a shelf, so I'll just mark it so I won't get these confused. I'll go ahead and date it, not that it really matters, but I'll date it anyway. But I like the smaller bags. Just kind of make more sense the more I got thinking about it. So, like I say, we got into just hard times, and I opened this up. I only have a gallon size of beans in case I didn't have any more oxygen depleters or have a way to vacuum pack it or anything like that. Once I open it, it'll still last for years like that. So this will just prolong that once you open it up. And I already kind of got started. I got a couple of them started, and I'm not going to show putting the depleter in there because I mean it's just you stick it in the bag. But I stuck the pinto beans in this 5-gallon bucket just for some support to hold it up. And you just put. I'm using a measuring cup, but just because it's got a handle on it, that's kind of reason. I'm not actually measuring it out. I'm just filling the bag up. put a clean sheet down over my carpet because I know I'm going to make a mess, especially once I open this cornflower up. And I'm not going to show you, make you sit through the whole thing. I'm just going to do a couple of bags here to show you how you would seal it up. That would be good for a shelf. You just take a board. I mean, I guess you don't have to use a board, but you want to use something solid to get a good firm seal on it. And what I'm going to do is just going to seal up most of it and just leave a little bit. And just use a household iron. I've seen people use curling irons. That seems to work pretty good too. The ones that do the flat, whatever, not curling iron, flat iron, I guess you'd say. But anyway, regular iron for clothes works. You put it on a low to medium setting. You don't want to melt the bags to the iron itself. Yeah, sure and get a few inches of it. What I'll do is leaving an opening here to the side, and then once I get all the bags done, then I'll open this up and pop the oxygen depleters in there and seal them on up. Because you don't want to just open this up and have it laying around, because once they get, it won't be as effective. You want to get it in there as quick as you can, so the only oxygen it absorbs is what's in the bag, not just what's in the room around it. And you're right on this one. And this will work for any kind of flour, any kind of rice, any kind of dried goods. Maybe even if you dehydrate your own food, which I have. I haven't done any in Mylar bags, but it do the same thing. I put dehydrated food in. I got a dehydrator and put dehydrated food in vacuum pack bags. And rice, you could. It's not as big a deal probably as maybe like flour or something like that, cornmeal, sugar, or something like that. Because I got a buddy of mine that he buys rice in bags like this, and probably 25 pounds, and he fill up 5-gallon bucket. And he said it takes him a couple of years to go through it, but it don't go bad or anything. And so the 5-gallon for those probably not a big deal. But like I said, I bought the gallon bags. I just thought it would be a little more convenient size. Just put whatever you want in it. Like I say, they sell different size bags of Mylar. And somebody may know a better source, but I seem to find really good, you know, about the best deal I found is on Amazon.com. I forget what I paid for these now. But usually you get them in a kit. Like I bought 30 bags, 30 oxygen depleters, and it was, I can't remember offhand, but I want to say it was like $20-something. I don't know. No, not really much expense when you think about all the stuff we do and spend money on. Put it on the board. Whenever I finish sealing this off, after I put the depleter in there, I'll probably go over it some more just to make sure. But yeah, put the wrong date on it. But anyway, it's close enough. Within a few days. I'm 3 days off. I had to pack this up anyway, so I figured I'd do a video on it. Hopefully not confuse you even more on it, but the main thing is just if you got if you got a vacuum packer, you don't have to use the oxygen depleters. You can, but you don't have to. They're mainly for the Mylar bags, and like I said, once you set these up, put the depleter in there, and I've gone back and looked, of course, at my bigger bags, and sure enough, they're sucked down, and you do want to push as much air as you can out of it before you put that in there and seal it up. But they sucked down. It looked like I had vacuum packed it. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that a little bit in case somebody new or is not familiar with them. Could kind of see how to do it. It's just really simple. You just fill it up, iron it, throw a depleter in it, and boom, put it on the shelf. It'll sit there for 30 years. You'd never know the difference once you open it up. Anyway, my little packing video is cold and rainy outside, so I figured this was a good project to get done.